Holy Becky Lynch is a new Women's World Champion! Justice for Liv Morgan? Willow Nightingale is your new TBS Champion, defeating Julia Hart. Toni Storm defeats Thunder Rosa in a spectacular match. Jordynne Grace's championship defense gets really chaotic, and Ruby Soho is pregnant. Congratulations! Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is your Women's Wrestling Weekly. We've got tons to talk about today, from AEW pay-per-view to TNA pay-per-view, and we also just dropped an interview with the diva stan of AEW, Mariah May, and WWE Hall of Fame Toot and Boot episode with RuPaul's Drag Race Kimora Hall. And you know we still have tons of episodes to drop, so hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let's jump right into SmackDown. Now, SmackDown was all about Bayley versus Naomi for the WWE Women's Undisputed Championship on the main event spot. Naomi was wearing this like music parametric equalizer inspired outfit. It was a choice. But what was really a choice was Bayley's theme song. I was so taken back by this role model. Role model. I know that Def Rebel has been getting dragged on social media, and I was like, he's not great, but like not like, oh, I might have to rethink that, because what kind of AI voice is this? And then I just also learned that they re-recorded the Damage Control theme song, but with Asian accent. Before it was like, haha, it's Damage Control. Now it's like, haha, it's Damage Control.
Damage Control.
Anyway, it doesn't even matter because the match was so freaking good. The main event slayed, and I know I had this freak out about, is Naomi getting buried, just like a month ago or so, but damn, she looked like a damn superstar here against Bayley. The moves she pulled out were so creative, effortless, and exciting, and the production really added to that. Both Naomi and Bayley got interviews before the match, and we saw both Damage Control and team of Jade and Bianca watching this match from the suite, and I just loved Io's face when Kayla said former champion. And this is great because it also sets up Damage Control versus Jade and Bianca feud. And for a sec I was like, what if Jade like throws Damage Control members off the suite? Which obviously doesn't make sense in reality, but maybe in 2K. Also, Bayley is such a good seller here. Loving that she's back at selling her knee is so believable at this point. I almost bought it again. But my favorite selling in this match was Naomi selling that table Bayley to belly. But this match ends with Tiffany Stratton attacking both Bayley and Naomi, ending this match in no contest, and she closes the show with double prettiest moonsault ever on both Bayley and Naomi. I love this. This triple threat feud is what we deserve heading into Backlash. Everyone looked really strong. I'm very satisfied. I forgot to tell you, something magical happened to me during WrestleMania weekend. My love story with Ricky Stark. I know it's random, but hear me out. So this happened during Mania weekend in WrestleCon, and this is all thanks to Dossier. Yes, this episode is brought to you by Dossier because I love Dossier, and this is one of the reasons. This is real story. So I saw Ricky Stark at WrestleCon, and I know you guys are obsessed with him, but I was always like, I don't get him, like I don't get the pose. I'm just like, he's fine to me. I saw him there and he's so tall, so handsome, so I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. But then he started like waving at me and saying like, you're the Ring the Bell guy, right? And my heart was just beating and I was like, you know me? Like what? Anyway, I was wearing my Dossier Woody Sandalwood inspired by Lilabo Sentinel 33. He was like, you smell good, Sentinel 33, right? And I was like, yes, but I really should have just given him the Dossier discount code. But listen, Ricky Stark smelled me. He knew what I was wearing was inspired by. What more do I need to say? Dossier is GOAT at this point, and I love that. I don't need to break my bank getting the designer cologne, because Dossier is all about yes to smelling good, no to overpaying, I guess getting noticed by hot wrestlers like Ricky Stark. Dossier is all about clean, ethically sourced, long-lasting high-end perfume within reach. So if you're curious about stepping into a new way of consuming perfumes, Dossier is here for you. Make sure to use code 10RingTheBell for a discount just for Ring the Bell fan at dossier.co. Thank you, Dossier, seriously, and love you, Ricky Stark. Oh man, let's talk about this. WWE RAW, we had the main event, Battle Royale, to crown the new Women's World Champion as Rhea Ripley vacated the title last week. We're gonna talk about the winner in a bit, so hang tight because there's a lot of goodies to talk about. So we saw yet another amazing production innovation starting this match. We saw Becky Lynch getting interviewed. She then takes a microphone cutting promos as the cameraman follows her out all the way through the gorilla to the ramp, and on the way we see like Nia and Liv brawling, Becky giving pep talk to Maxine, who was called dumb hoe by Gable earlier in the day. The match was great. All the elimination meant something. Loved Maxine eliminating both Candice and Indy, showing and proving her worth in this match. Kaden and Katana continue to be so creative. They really shine with their teamwork here. Another team that was a big threat was Shayna and Zoe, who survived till pretty late in the match, but the shit started going down when Piper got eliminated by Becky, and then Piper just gets pissed off trying to murder Becky, clearing out announcer table and everything. Then the queen of table, Nia Nia Jax was like, someone said table? And the funniest thing though is that Nia really had no problem putting Lana through a table for like 10 weeks in a row. And now we're suddenly having an issue here. She had difficulty breaking it twice. Then we come back from commercial break and we see the table already broken. And of course, Chelsea getting eliminated, but just sneaking back in because no referee saw it because they were too busy with the table situation was the best thing ever. Anyway, at the end, we're left with Liv and Nia with Becky rolling back into the ring from getting powerbombed through the table. Then we see this awesome elimination of Nia, even though I hated seeing her getting eliminated. That was a heck of an elimination. Then Becky and Liv go back and forth on the apron, and if I were Liv, I would do my bestest to stay clear of the apron. From 2 Royal Rumbles to this Battle Royale, she loses fighting on the freaking damn apron. So yeah, Becky blocks Liv's Oblivion and hits her with this awkward ass manhandle slam on the apron to win, becoming the new Women's World Champion. Whew, there's a lot to unpack here. I gotta say, for the love of God, I did not see Becky Lynch coming back after that Mania loss and becoming the champion again. Honestly, I thought she was taking time off. That was kind of the news going around. This is really happening?
There's no way. Becky's our champion?
How ironic is that we're starting off our new era with 2 horsewomen as the 2 women's champions of WWE? Huh? Becky was definitely not my pick to win the Battle Royale. I really wanted Nia or someone like completely unexpected to win, say like Alexa Bliss. That said, I did not want to see Liv win this match and become the champion here. There's a reason for it. I'm not a Liv hater. And you can say I'm delusional or whatever. I think there's a big picture to Becky winning here. I don't think she's holding the title for long. I did not like the idea of Liv winning the title here because we've done that before. We've seen Liv winning the championship out of nowhere with the Money in the Bank, and while that was a great moment for Liv's career, her momentum as a champion quickly died during her feud against Ronda. I mean, it was Ronda, but it's same for other champions that also got the random wins with no build, like Nikki ASH or Alicia Fox and Eve Torres in their first wins. They say the money is in the chase, and I really want Liv to properly have that runway to become the champion, properly have the Liv Revenge Tour until finally taking the gold away from Becky Lynch this time, and she'll be the champion by the time Rhea returns. That'll be amazing. Like what BC said in the live stream, we want Liv to have the moment, not a moment. So that's kind of how I gaslighted myself to viewing it. Honestly, Nia winning it would have been great as well, but Becky and Liv have this history from Liv failing to beat her multiple times in 2021, 2022, so there's some history to play with too. I mean, obviously this is just me speculating, but anyway, I think this Battle Royale match was fantastic. It was such an entertaining match, and the result, although quite shocking, and some might be livid right now, but I feel like there's a potential for it to play out the right way. So I'll say for now, I'm just a little mixed about it.
Good, not bad.
Also, the return of Queen of the Ring is announced for May. We're finally crowning the new queen since Queen Zelina. We had so much fun with that. What's your early favorite to win? I'm already imagining Chelsea Green becoming the Queen of the Ring, and it's so glorious. NXT had tons going on as always. So we had Lola Vice versus Sol Ruka match, and Sol might have gotten the worst dress out of our Hall of Fame Toot and Boot episode. Next is Sol Ruka.
Is that Kesha?
So her thing is that she's the beach girl.
I could see that.
But her athleticism is unmatched. I love the entrance and her moves. I couldn't believe my eyes at certain points at how smooth and clean her acrobatic moves are. And as she was trying the Rainbow DDT, Blair Davenport interferes, dropping Sol, letting Lola hit spin kick to her head for the pinfall win in 4 minutes. Post-match, Natalya appeared on the screen and challenges Lola in an NXT Underground match as Spring Breakin'. She's coming to Lola's turf, which is MMA. And Lola just shakes her ass as a yes, I'm assuming. And later we see Carmen Petrovich interviews talking about this match, saying that she'll be at Nadia's corner for this Underground match. Then Lola interrupts her, teasing that she will also have a very special someone in her corner. So who could that be? We then see Angry Soul asking NXT GM Ava for no DQ match against Blair Davenport, saying that she won't stop until Blair is carried out of the arena. Yeah, so this match was really good. Love the continued feud between Nadia and Lola. I'm really excited for Nadia to show more of her dungeon style in this match, and Sol is showing a lot of personality thanks to this feud with Blair, which I think she really needed. So all in all, very good. I'm very satisfied. We then see Tatum Paxley versus Thea Hale match, and before the match we see this heartwarming moment between Thea and Andre Chase about this whole dramatic situation where Andre bet on all the money for her to win against Tiffany Stratton last year, and that's basically why he and Chase U got broke. To be 100 though.
Let me keep it 100 with you.
Regardless of how much you believe in Thea? How stupid is it of Andre to bet on his entire Chase U fortune in gambling? But besides that, I love how Thea's whole grown-ass women arc that started when Andre threw in the towel in that Great American Bash match comes full circle here to her coming back to her old self. So I really appreciate the whole circle of life situation, and we also see a promo package from Tatum explaining that she had no friends growing up because cool girls didn't want to hang out with her because she's a little weird, and that's when she got really obsessed with this object, this championship. And here she lists all the great NXT Women's Champion amidst few key names like Sasha, like Mandy. Anyway, she says NXT Women's Championship made her best friends with Lyra Valkyria, but then Lyra lost the title, so she broke her heart, and she's nothing to her anymore. It's giving psychopath, but I also love it. The cinematography, the editing, the lighting, acting, everything in this package was on point. Anyway, this match was so good because both Tatum and Thea are so good at bringing their character into their movesets, into the match. Especially Tatum. She is honestly so freaking good. Her moves are so creative, so eerie and creepy. That submission that she did was one of the weirdest shit I've ever seen in wrestling, and I love it. It fits her perfectly. Anyway, by the end of the match, Jasmine and Nyx come out to distract the referee, and JC Jane interrupts Thea, letting Tatum steal the roll-up win. Then we see a huge brawl between Thea and JC, and inside the ring, there's another brawl. Lyra Valkyria comes in to attack Tatum, so they're stereo brawling. And backstage, Roxanne Perez, NXT Women's Champion, is loving this, saying that she will just sit back and just watch them tear apart, and maybe she'll face one of them for the championship. But then Ava comes in to book a triple threat match for the spring break-in, and when Roxanne gets upset, Eva just goes, womp womp. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to watch this match. Roxanne and Lyra are verified banger makers, and Tatum is just so creative and interesting to see in the ring. It's gonna be such a treat. I'm very satisfied. And we finally got a follow-up to Ariana Grace and Gigi Dolan, aka Georgina storyline, so they go shopping. And when Ariana recommends her this green dress, Georgina makes it her own with scissors in the dressing room and Gigi it up. Why was it kind of giving Lita's Hall of Fame dress? And we see Ariana kind of impressed with Gigi here. This was so cute, like very Disney Channel, very Nickelodeon. I love how Gigi really went from putting tampon down people's throat in the indies to being in all these inspirational, this is real, this is me, camp rock type storylines. I like it, but I do want to see how this translates into the ring. Let's head to AEW. It's their Dynasty pay-per-view week. On Dynamite, we had two women's matches. First, a mixed tag match, Willow Nightingale and Adam Copeland versus Julia Hart and Brody King. And before this match, we see Mercedes Moné cut a backstage promo looking like a rainbow Sailor Moon addressing getting attacked in the dark. She's like, lights off? That's very Julia Hart coded. You but if it's not her and someone just trying to make it seem like it's her, I'll pay that back too. And ends the segment with a signature, there's a price to pay when you mess with money. She has her own brand of cutting promo. It's so bitchy, it's so campy, I love it. It hits me right there. Back to the match, we're waiting for Willow to come out, but we learn that she's attacked backstage and Medical and Statlander is like, you can't go out there. So it becomes 2-on-1 handicap match. Then mid-match, Willow walks out with thunderous reaction and Edge tags her in with his foot. I haven't seen that before. And she cross-bodies and cannonballs Brody, but Julia attacks Willow with the steel chains, knocking her out and locks her in heartless, which referee finishes the match as Willow passes out here. Then Mercedes Moné comes out with the steel chair with Julia running away, and Mercedes in the ring contemplates hitting Willow with the chair, but drops the chair when Edge gets in the ring. I love seeing Edge and Moné handshake. It was really, really cute. Yes, this continues to be so intriguing. I really wish it's neither Julia or Willow that attacked Mercedes, because I think that's just too easy. And I also need Willow as babyface. Come on, she's like the most lovable babyface in wrestling. And we're going to talk about this later, but now that Ruby Soho can't feud with Saraya anymore, let's get that money feud going with Saraya being revealed as the one who attacked Mercedes. Come on. Overall, I'm very satisfied. In second match, we saw Mariah May versus Deonna Purrazzo match. This match was so freaking good. Mariah is just so hard-hitting. Love when she just pushed Deonna down from the top rope, and Deonna was coming hard for Mariah's arm, of course, for her Venus de Milo. And at the end, Deonna reverses Mayday into a roll-up surprise pin, picking up the win, and Toni Storm immediately runs in to attack Deonna. Then the challenger Thunder Rosa runs in to attack Luther and takes out both Mariah and Toni. She then helps Deonna up, but Deonna's like, I don't need your help, pushing Thunder away. Then Mariah and Deonna brawls outside, and Thunder Rosa knocks Toni out and ruins her entire face with the lipstick. Another very complex storyline among these four people that I love, and this match between Deonna and Mariah was gold. Love the payback from Thunder Rosa for ruining her war paint last week. Like the storyline is storylining, there are consistency and rhyme and reason. AEW is really improving. I'm very satisfied. On Collision, we had Sky Blue versus Layla Hirsch. This is Layla's second week in a row on AEW TV, which is awesome. But you know how this match will go. Layla is losing, but she continues to impress. That sunset flip German from the top rope was so cool, but she missteps and fall from the top rope from her moonsault attempt, letting Sky hit super kick followed by rack attack and dragon sleeper for the win. This was a fun match. I'm satisfied. Then on Rampage, we had this huge announcement that Ruby Soho is preggo. She's pregnant with Angelo Parker, and I did not know they were together in real life. Ruby really has great taste in men. A huge congratulations to Ruby, and this segment was so cute. Like, Angelo was trying to retire, but Ruby comes out like, there's something to fight for now. I'm pregnant. It was so beautiful. Oh my god. I loved it so much. I loved it. But also, I guess this kind of explains why Saraya versus Ruby feud I've been salivating for just kind of got dropped out of nowhere and became an Angelo Parker versus Saraya's brother feud. Well, now that Saraya's freed up, let's set your eye on money. Her almost retiring Saraya from wrestling, that is a money storyline, so let's get on that. Then we saw Yuka Sakazaki versus Emi Sakura, the return of Yuka to AEW. It's been a while. This match was a weird-ass match, and yes, somewhat expected given that both are very unorthodox, fun wrestlers. But even for them, this was a curveball. So we see Yuka like fall from top rope all the way to the floor, crashing really hard, and we were like, oh, is she okay? Did she like injure her leg? Then I guess Emi just decided to kill some time until Yuka recovers, so she decides to play with some merch on the announcer table, running around the ring. I don't know what was going on. Then there is yet another scare when Sakura crossbodies into Yuka on the apron, and she like drops all awkwardly with her knee buckling, like, ouch. But then at the end, Yuka was able to hit German off of second rope to pick up a win from Emi out of nowhere. Bizarre match and bizarre finish with two wrestlers that we barely see on AEW TV. I'm just gonna say Confucius.
I'm Confucius.
And let's talk about AEW Dynasty and this pay-per-view. I gotta say, probably my favorite pay-per-view I remember from AEW. This was a really good one, almost signifying that AEW Women's Division is only going upwards from here. So the first match was TBS Championship Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. Julia always slaying with her entrance, and I even liked her little eyebrow makeup here. And Willow looked so awesome. I think that's a Pokemon Gengar inspired gear. This match started out super strong with Julia super kicking Willow off the top rope all the way to the floor. Then Julia dominates Willow for a bit with various submission moves, chokes, and everything. But Willow reverses Heartless and fights back, and Julia attempts a moonsault with Willow being way too close to the corner. And I'm like, what is going on here? Is that gonna hit? Obviously it doesn't, and Willow blocks it with the boot right to Julia's chin, and she finishes the champion with the babe with the powerbomb for the win in 6 minutes. Not necessarily like, holy shit, that was a banger, but it was short and sweet. I was happy because Julia has been very on and off with action lately, and that weird injury situation from last week. But we had a proper match and a well-deserved crowning moment for Willow Nightingale. We really blue ball for her crowning moment, always on the cusp of breaking out, but everything really lined up for this crowning moment, from the super babyface promo that she gave a couple weeks ago, great storyline with Julia and Brody, and we have an amazing roadmap for Double or Nothing, a match against Mercedes Moné. It's picture perfect for me. And as Willow celebrates with Statlander as Stokely, Mercedes Moné in pink Jessica Rabbitish dress comes out for a face-off. Loved it. I'm very satisfied. And we got AEW Women's World Championships, Toni Storm versus La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa. And this weirdly felt like the return of both Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm we love. Both had incredible pay-per-view looks. Thunder Rosa in her Eve Torres looking gear with lucha mask instead of her usual war paint. And timeless Toni Storm had this almost like Venetian Cerise 18th century look, and like super white makeup with the white hair making it look almost black and white. And I'll say this is probably the first or maybe like second time since Azumi that the crowd was behind the challenger. Before, all the babyface challengers were almost in the shadow of the popularity of Timeless Toni, but the crowd here was very much behind Thunder Rosa too, with split chants going. This is hands down best we've seen from Thunder Rosa since her return. I may even say she's looking better than her peak performances from her early AEW days. And Toni Storm with this timeless character have been adapting more classic simple moves to match her character and resorted to more of a gimmicky spots, the pageantries, but here she really mixed her intense wrestling form with timeless character posing a serious threat in the ring. Loved how she was really digging into Thunder Rosa's injured back, and mid-match we see Mariah May looking like a doll attempts to distract the referee for Deonna Purrazzo to just ragdoll around for a big brawl to the back, and Toni uses this distraction to land her hip attack and Storm Zero combo, but Rosa kicks out. Thunder Rosa then locks Toni in Cobra Clutch, but Storm escapes by grabbing the ring skirt, and as referee was distracted cleaning the mess, Toni low blows Thunder Rosa, connecting connecting it with the Storm Zero for the win in 15 minutes. Heck of a match. I can't ask for anything else here. Spectacular wrestling, great storytelling throughout the match, and nail-biter moments with just great visuals from both of them. Both Toni and Thunder Rosa looked really strong coming out of this match, and I'm very excited to see yet another evolution of timeless Toni Storm. I'm so satisfied, and please watch her presser stuff, her shading WWE, shading Nikki Bella, everything. It was golden. ROH had 3 women's matches, which was great, but let's be honest, by now you probably know I enjoy storylines and character work a lot more than just flat out wrestling matches. This week in ROH was definitely less of storyline and mostly just matches. So we saw Abaddon defeat Allison Kay with the Black Dahlia. Lady Frost defeated Marty Belle with Temperature Drop. This move is just seriously one of the best, most beautiful aerial moves in wrestling. So beautiful. Lady Frost is just so refined and clean with everything she does. I love it. And honestly, as I'm watching more ROH, I'm excited to see more of her character work here. And then we had this big trios match where team up Kiera Hogan, Trish Adora, and Layla Hirsch defeats team up Taya Valkyrie, Layla Gray, and Diamante with Kiera's Face the Music neckbreaker finisher. I do love the depth of women's division in ROH that's represented in this episode, but we have 2 champions. Where are they? What is the storyline? What is going on? So hopefully next week is a little bit of a better week. All right, let's talk TNA. I'm going to go straight to Rebellion. We had 2 knockouts matches on the pre-show Knockouts Tag Team Championship. Decay versus Spitfire, the champions. And the Spitfire here is accompanied by this guy from Rancid, which was really cool. Not going to lie, I was not particularly excited about this match because they have a very tiny tag division. And I feel like I've seen this match like 50 times at this point. But you guys, this match was so good. Love the battle of power between Havoc and Luna. And I love the storytelling of Danny and Jody working throughout this entire match to finally overpower Havoc. And at the end, they finally got to overpower her with this double powerbomb, working together as a team, and they finish Havoc with this assisted sit-out spinebuster finish, which I freaking love, for the win in 10 minutes. Honestly, it might have been one of my favorite Decay matches, like, ever from what I've seen. It was great wrestling and great storytelling. Love the teamwork of Spitfire. I'm very satisfied. Oh, and post-match, Masha Slamovich and her new partner, Alicia Edwards, come out for a stare down. So this is a new tag team that we have. Now, the Knockouts Championship match was a little interesting. Jordynne Grace versus Steph Delander, and she was accompanied by Good Hands instead of Matt Cardona because he's out with torn pectoral muscles. Jordan here, by the way, looked great with that purple and green gear to match the Rebellion color scheme. This match started out so hot with so much promises with this dangerous looking dive to the outside, but then quickly it just became Steph Delander just dominating Jordynne for the first half of the match with size advantage, and Jordynne could barely get her moves in. Steph was keep cutting it every chance she gets, and it was weird because Jordynne was seen struggling throughout this match, but Steph didn't necessarily look like she was landing any impressive blows on Jordynne. Then it becomes a whole ass mess when Jordynne accidentally knocks out the referee. Then Steph hits Jordynne with the title, and then the Good Hands acted like they are the referees wearing the referee t-shirt. Then the lights went out, then PCO appeared, taking out Good Hands, then Steph tries to flirt with him. Then Khan, he runs in to save Steph. Then Jordynne versus Khan situation for a little bit until Sami Callihan returns to clear them out. And finally, we have Jordynne land a big juggernaut driver on Steph Delander for the win in 13-minute match. I was so confused. I mean, if I watched men's division, it might have been better viewing. I might have been like, oh, this is so cool. And also, I feel like the second half would have been better if the first half's wrestling was stronger, more solid. But I did feel like it was a little lacking, which is wild because it's Jordynne Grace match. Jordynne always deliver classics after classics, and that's why it was so surprising to me. And Ash was watching this match from the balcony, but she didn't factor in at all. Yeah, I'll just say I was Confucius. Hopefully we'll get a second match between them, and maybe they'll show a better match. That is it for this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. Every week I try to make it short. I try to make it like more succinct so it moves faster, and it just gets long and long because I just get so excited about talking about it because there's so many good things happening. It's a good time to be a women's wrestling fan, and as I've told you multiple freaking times, I have tons of interviews in my hard drive that I have to edit, and you guys ask this all the time, where is Peyton Royce interview, where is Dawn Marie interviews? Now, there are interviews that are a little more timely than other stuff, so some of the interviews from WrestleMania that I've done with Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne, Lyra, those will be coming out first because those will feel dated if they don't come out early. You know what I mean? Like Peyton Royce, we talk about stuff in the back. So as much as I understand how excited you are for that interview, like it's not going to get aged. But next long interview that I will be publishing is with Peyton. I promise you that. Anyway, it's been really busy for me. I'm finishing up my NBC documentary right now, and it's a crunch time, so I'm like literally not sleeping lately. So if you want to know what I'm doing with my daily lives, follow me on Instagram at DSShin, or if you want to see my wrestling hot takes 24/7, follow me on Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, or join our Discord channel by joining our membership. We talk wrestling 24/7 with Ring the Bell community. It's really great, and I will see you next time. Bye.